Hey you. Yeah, you. What if I told you there's a snack that's satisfying and good for you? Come with me. What if I told you you could eat a Snickers bar guilt-free? What if I also told you it's only 6 ingredients, sugar-free, gluten-free, and high in protein? You might think to yourself, this is some kind of flavorless cardboard power bar from the 90s. There's one way to find out, right? At the end of this video, I'm going to break down the macros for the whole recipe, also including macros for individual bars. So stick around for that. I'm going to start with the base. The base is super easy and it's going to replace the caramel in my Snickers bar. So I'm going to grab myself 1 cup of pitted dates. What I did is I went to the bacon aisle of the grocery store and grabbed a brick of dates already pitted. Hey, if you like that tip on using dates to replace caramel in a Snickers bar, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel to get more great cooking tips just like that. Grab whatever you need and put in a cup. Now there's 2 options, blender or knife and cutting board. Feel free to use both. The knife and cutting board will take longer, the blender will go super fast. Now what you're looking for when you're blending your dates is to blend them just until it starts to form a ball. This is easy to see because it'll form a literal fucking ball in the food processor. Dump the dates out into a pan lined with parchment paper. I used a pan that was way too big for this, so feel free to use something that's smaller, or if you want, use a muffin tin and pack your dates in the bottom of that. Now when pushing out the dates is going to take a little bit of work, so maybe wet your hands so it makes it easier to flatten it out. Now set your caramel mixture off the side, and we're going to make a top layer, which is going to be a 1/2 cup of oat flour and 1/2 cup of gut-friendly collagen powder. Now if you don't have collagen powder or you don't want to use it, feel free to use a 1/2 cup of your protein powder of choice. To my oat flour and my collagen powder, I'm going to add in 1 cup of peanut butter, or alternatively, if you want, add in 1 cup of almond butter. Mix everything together until it's combined into a ball that resembles cookie dough. And then it's just as easy as pressing that peanut butter layer out on top of the date layer. Now for a slight option, add some whole roasted salted peanuts to the top of the peanut butter layer. Press them in slightly so they start to stick. Now to let these bars set, place in the freezer and let them set for 1 hour. So while that chills, I'm gonna get my chocolate ready. The chocolate is as simple as taking a 300-gram bar of dark chocolate. I'm using 70%, but use whatever you want. If you want to use milk chocolate, use that. If you want to use bags of semi-sweet chocolate chips, use that too. But for the love of God, don't use any goddamn white chocolate in this. Just chocolate, not fake chocolate. Add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil to your chocolate and place in the microwave for 3 minutes to melt. Pull the chocolate out every minute or so, give it a stir, make sure everything's melting evenly, put it back in, go. All right, so our layers of dates and peanut butter are out of the freezer and set. Cut it into the desired size of bars. I went a little heavy and made 8 bars, but I'm pretty sure you can stretch this into 10 bars, no problem. And for the fun part, playing with chocolate. Take your individual bar and roll it in the chocolate with a fork and let any excess chocolate drain off. Place it onto a pan lined with parchment paper and sprinkle a little bit of sea salt. Repeat the process with the rest of the bars. Now that make sure everything's set up nicely, I'm going to place my bars back into the freezer for an additional 10 minutes just to make sure that chocolate is set. From there, remove it from the freezer and place it in an airtight container in your fridge. The breakdown of the macros for the total recipe is 202 grams of protein, 240 grams of carbs, and 319 grams of fat. That's well and good, but what does that break down for each bar? For the individual bar, it comes in at whopping 25 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, and 32 grams of fat. And there you have it, a great Snickers bar that's free of everything except flavor. If you like this video, then give it a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.